Hello, my name is Asri Purnamasari. You can call me Asri or Aci. There were a lot of preparations that I did at the time. Of course, I did believe that the English proficiency test and English requirement for the university was very hard. Usually, if we study in Indonesia, we only need IELTS like 6 or 6.5 for the highest, but or maybe even 5.5 for the overall, without any limitation for every skills. However, if we join or if we are going to continue our study in the UK, like what I did, they asked me for the IELTS test, IELTS scores at least 7 with no skills got less than 6.5, and it was very difficult. And I did the IELTS test not only once, I did many times, around 3 times, and then or maybe more with the preparation test and so on. And then I did also join the course preparation for the IELTS test. First of all, I think it is because in Indonesia we don't use English as our first language, and we also, some of the students even are not familiar with the use of English in their daily life. Therefore, when they have to study abroad, then they have to make and have English proficiency test. It will be very difficult for them because the test is as we know, it is standardized. It is also applied for many countries around the world. That's why the level will be just the same how the native speaker use the language. That's why for the Indonesian students who are, for example, from national school, where the English is not really familiar for them, and even at home, we don't use English with our family members. Yeah, that's why it will be a little bit or even very challenging for the students to pass the English proficiency test. But for the students who are maybe studied in international school, because their curriculum are delivered through English, so I think it will be plus they will get value from the teaching and learning by using English language as the communication for the language in the classroom. Okay, many scholarships have similar requirement for the administrative things. However, for the value which are going to be achieved by each scholarship can be different. That's why if you are going to apply for a certain scholarship, you have to know better about the background of the scholarship, what they are going to achieve by giving you the scholarship, what they want you to be after you finish your study, by giving you the support, the sponsor for your study, because everything have to give impact for whatever the scholarship which give you the support. That's why, for example, for me, I did choose the Indonesia Endowment Fund of Education because I really love Indonesia, and I even want Indonesia to support me to study because 100% I want to be back to Indonesia, and I want to serve Indonesia through educational aspects. And you have to fulfill all of the requirements, like you have to give the letter of health and everything. You have to make your essays for your purpose of studies. You have to also explain to the Indonesia Endowment Fund of Education what will be your study program, learn what will be your curriculum when you continue your study. And of course, one of the important things that I have said before, we have to fulfill the English requirement, which is very, very important. And many students and many applicants failed to fulfill the English language requirement from the very first stage. That's why before that, I think at least you have to prepare at least 6 months for your requirements to apply for the scholarship. You also have to make sure that you have a very great health and you have a very good mental. For example, you will have like focus group discussion or for the interview session, you have to be ready for that too. And if you really believe with for what you are doing for your scholarship, and there will be a way for you to get the scholarship. But if you are not sure for the impact of your study, maybe you have to prepare for your first spirit for applying the scholarship. I just take a look for a moment, see the content of the book, and I see as the person who have done the IELTS preparation test and personally learned the IELTS by myself, I believe this book is very, very great for you because yeah, it contains like some features for the IELTS test. It has academic practice test, and it also has listening, reading, writing, and speaking section for the exam. More than that, the book also like give you some audio and then also the scripts, the key for you to really see how you have gone through learning with this book. I believe this is very, very great, and maybe the price can be like not as expensive as if you import it from the real publisher outside Indonesia.